Hello friends, this is data analysis expression DAX part 4 video. In this video, we are going to learn change cross filter direction, then apply conditional rating. Third one will be the calculate cumulative sales, and the fourth one will be create a table for key measures. Keep watching this video. The first one is change cross filter direction. In this, we are going to learn how we can use numbers of entities in a single table and get the correct output as per our requirement. Here we have several relationship between fact sales table and the customer IDs and product IDs. So for that, what we have to do, we are going to get a table in which we are going to count all the sales on the basis of product category and count of the customer aligned with that product category and that sales what they perform. So this is our Microsoft Power BI tool. Here our tool is connected with our data set previously on which we are working, and we have few relationship what we have created earlier. On the basis of that relationship, we can able to get few of the record or report in which we can use multiple data from other tables. So here we are going to calculate total sales on the basis of category and the customer count. So for that we are using this table, and inside the table we are going to drag our sales. This is the total sales what we are getting by the customer. We are going to divide this total sales into on the basis of categories, product category. So the product category is there in our product table. Let's drag and drop product category. Here we are getting all the sales on the basis of category. And now the next task is we have to uh, divide this sales and this category on the basis of our customer count. So for that we have to use customer. We just have to drag and drop this customer ID here, and we have to make the changes here, count. Okay, this time the data what we are getting in our table is not correct, because for count of customer ID it is just showing 1000 for all the categories, and this is not the correct one. To remove these kind of errors or false information, cross filters comes into the picture. So for that we are going to create a measure. Right click, new measure. Measure name should be count of first for uh, category sales. We can mark as this one equal to. Now this time we are going to use our calculate function. Calculate, and this inside this calculate we are going to use the count, and this count is going to performed on dim customer ID, because customer ID we are going to collect this one. Then next we have to perform our cross filtering. Cross filter, and the cross filter is going to work between two columns. First one is our fact sales customer ID, and second one will be the dim customer and customer ID, like fact sales customer ID comma dim customer ID. And then we have to use both, because this is the function which we are going to use to remove this error what we are getting in our table. Close this, and we have to close all the other uh, brackets. Press enter. This is the formula what we have created to perform these kind of calculations. We are performing cross filter on both of the tables. Let's check whether we are getting the correct values or not. We have created this measure and bring this measure here. So now we are getting the correct count of the customer on the basis of categories. The next one is calculate cumulative sales. This sales is going to give us the record on the basis of date of shipped. On which date how many sales client has performed. Below is the formula which we are going to use while creating cumulative sales. Here we have cumulative sales based on date. Calculate is a function, predefined function inside our Power BI filter, select all and max. And here we are going to use our dim table, dim date table, dimensional date table, and total sales what we have created as a measure and date. Let's jump into our tool. New measure like cumulative sales based on delivery date or date, shipping date, etc. So we have a shipping date here. So on the basis of that we have created a measure. In the measure, okay, we are using calculate total sales. This is our measures what we have created to get the total sales. On the total sales we have used the filter, and inside the filter we are passing our argument like selected, dim date, and this date. The date what we are using here is the date inside our table, dim date table. This is a dimensional date table what we have extracted from our data set. Then again we have to use this expression to get the cumulative sales based on date. So this is our full formula what we are writing here, and now we are going to visualize it over a visualizer. So again we are going to take a table to visualize this, and here we are going to take our total sales, then our date, cumulative, then the date. Here we have to use the date only. See, here we are getting all these record like year, month, quarter, etc. and etc. But what we have to use only the date. So for that we have to use only date. It will show you the entire sales what client has performed on the date wise. Like this one they have performed this much total sales, on this they have performed this one. So this is the way how we can collect the cumulative sales. We can calculate it and display it over our visuals. The next topic is apply conditional rating. How we can apply the condition over a column and create a new column. Let's look over our tool. So this is our tool. Here we have a dim fact sales table. Inside that we have column sales. On the basis of sales we are going to create a conditional rating column. Rating like if sales is ever within 2000 then it is excellent, if less than 500 it's poor, and else average. So how we can do this activity? Just click here a new column. New column help us to create a column with the conditions. We can write down DAX expression and create a new column with the conditions what is your requirement or what the data you are going to visualize over your chart, graph or dashboard. So here I am just going to create a rating column. Sales rating equal to, here we are going to use if function. Okay, then it will indicate what all other thing we are going to use inside this function, like logical test, result if true, result if false. So here we are just going to give fact sales, or you can type sales, directly will jump here sales. If sales is greater than 2000, correct, then comma, the result will be excellent. Correct? Then second condition, to add conditions one by one, just comma you need to use here. It will separate the condition. Again need to use if. Then the second condition will be if sales is less than 500, fact sales is your column. If it is less than 500, then the result will be poor. And else, the else thing we are going to write down at the end of this formula. Else will be average. Close the bracket, again close the bracket, press enter. Now look at this column. After refreshing it, the new column will get all the related ratings on the basis of sales. You will easily find out here. So here what we are getting, we have three type of rating here: average, excellent, poor. If you want to check how many are there in poor, you will get easily. Correct? This is the way how we can create a rating. Not only for the rating, we can just differentiate or divide our entire sheet, entire data into the few of the categories. The next topic is create a table for key measures. So here inside our fact sales table, there are numbers of measures which we have created, but it is recommended to create a separate table for the measures. How we are going to perform this activity? We have a enter data option is there inside home bar. Just click this one. You will get this kind of pop-up and you have to rename it here like KPI and measures. Press enter. So at the end it is visible KPI and measures. So inside this table we are going to transfer all the KPIs what we have created inside our fact table. So for that what we have to do, we have to select this one, and here you will easily find out name of that KPI and home table. You need to change home table here to KPI and measure. Similarly you have to perform for this one, and for found customer this is the way how we can transfer our all KPIs and measures inside a new table, and you can easily find out all the KPIs inside this one. This column 1 not required, so we can delete this one. We can delete from model. It will ask you yes. Thank you for watching this video. Please watch the previous videos for more